I'm sitting alone at our dinner table, staring at Daniel's empty chair. Again, the pasta I made is cold now. I check my phone 9:47 p.m. He texted 3 hours ago, working late, don't wait up. I didn't wait up. I gave up waiting months ago. Hey, Daniel says, finally walking through the door at 10:30. He doesn't look at me, just heads straight for the fridge. I made dinner. I say quietly, I ate at the office. You could have told me earlier. He shrugs, scrolling through his phone. Forgot. I watch him. This man I've loved for 4 years, who once surprised me with weekend trips and handwritten notes. Now he can't even remember to text me before dinner. Daniel, can we talk? About what? He still won't look up from his screen. About us, about how you're never here anymore. I'm here right now, aren't I? Physically, maybe. He sighs like I'm exhausting him. Emma, I'm tired. I've been coding for 12 hours straight. You're always tired. You're always working. When was the last time we actually talked? We're talking right now. No, we're not. You're looking at your phone and giving me one word answers. He finally meets my eyes, and there's nothing there. No warmth, no recognition, just irritation. What do you want from me? He asks. I want you to care. I want you to act like we're still together. We are together. We live in the same apartment. That's not the same thing. He rubs his temples. Can we not do this tonight, please? I reach across the table for his hand. He pulls away before I can touch him. Something breaks inside me then. Something important. Fine. I whisper. We won't do this tonight. He nods, relieved, and walks to the bedroom. I hear the door close. I sit there in the dim kitchen light, looking at the cold pasta, feeling more alone than I've ever felt in my life. 3 months. It's been 3 months of this. I clean up the dishes, wash the plates he didn't eat from, and wonder when exactly we became strangers. A week later, I'm at the coffee shop near my office when someone calls my name. Emma, holy shit, Emma. I turn and see Leo Park, Daniel's younger brother, standing there with his messy dark hair and that easy smile I remember from family dinners. Leo, I thought you were on tour. Just got back last week. He gestures to the empty chair at my table. Can I sit? Sure. He sits down, and immediately I notice the difference. He looks at me, actually looks at me, like I'm a person worth seeing. How have you been? He asks. Haven't seen you at any family stuff lately. Daniel's been busy with work. We've been busy? That's not what I asked. How have you been? The question catches me off guard. I can't remember the last time someone asked about me specifically. I'm fine. I lie. Leo tilts his head. You look sad. I'm just tired. Emma, I've known you for 4 years. You're not fine. Something about his directness makes my eyes sting. I look down at my coffee. Things with Daniel are just complicated right now. Complicated how? And suddenly I'm telling him everything. How Daniel comes home late every night. How he barely talks to me. How I feel invisible in my own relationship. Leo listens. He actually listens, nodding at me. The right moments, his eyes full of concern. I can't remember the last time he looked at me the way he used to. I admit, like I mattered. That's bullshit. Leo says firmly, you matter. You matter a lot. Not to him. Then he's an idiot. I laugh despite myself. He's your brother. Doesn't mean he's not an idiot. Leo leans forward. Daniel's always been like this, gets obsessed with work, forgets about the people around him. But that's his problem, Emma. Not yours. I just don't know what to do anymore. You deserve better than someone who makes you feel invisible. The words settle into my chest, warm and validating. We talk for 2 hours, about his tour, about my job, about dreams we've let slip away. It's the first real conversation I've had in months. We should do this again. Leo says, as we're leaving, I mean, if you want. I know you're dealing with stuff. I'd like that. We exchange numbers. I tell myself it's innocent, just a friend being supportive. Over the next 2 weeks, Leo and I text constantly. Good morning. Messages, funny memes, late night conversations about life and disappointment. He asks how my day was. He remembers details I mention. He makes me feel seen. My phone buzzes with a new message. Working on new music at my place tonight. Want to come listen? Could use a friendly opinion. I stare at the text. Warning bells go off in my head, quiet but insistent. I should say no, but I'm so tired of feeling alone. Sure. I type back. What time? I arrive at Leo's apartment at 8, telling myself I'll stay for an hour. Just listen to some music, be supportive, then leave. Leo opens the door in a worn t-shirt and jeans, guitar in hand. Hey! Come in, come in. His apartment is small and intimate. Dim lighting, candles on the coffee table, 2 glasses of wine already poured. Hope red is okay. He says, handing me a glass. Red's perfect. I sit on his couch while he plays. He's talented, really talented. The music is beautiful and melancholy, and I find myself relaxing for the first time in weeks. That was incredible, I say when he finishes. Yeah. He sets the guitar down and sits beside me, closer than necessary. You really think so? Absolutely. You're amazing, Leo. Funny, I don't feel amazing most of the time. He takes a sip of wine. You know what it's like, being Daniel's younger brother. Everything I do, I'm compared to him. Daniel got the better job. Daniel got the stable career. Daniel got the perfect girlfriend. I'm not perfect. You are to me. My heart skips. Leo, sorry that was. I just mean you're really great, Emma. You deserve to be appreciated. We talk about family expectations, about feeling like we're not enough, about the weight of always trying to measure up. The wine flows, the conversation deepens. I've always felt like I'm in Daniel's shadow. Leo admits. Nothing I do is ever quite good enough. I know that feeling. I feel like I'm disappearing in Daniel's life, like I'm just fading. Leo moves closer. You're not fading. I see you. I've always seen you. Leo, we shouldn't. You deserve to feel wanted, Emma. The words pierce through every defense I've built. 3 months of rejection, of loneliness, of feeling worthless. It all crashes into this one moment. When he leans in, I don't pull away. His lips touch mine, and I kiss him back. The guilt is immediate, screaming in my head, but I silence it with more wine, more kissing, more desperate need to feel something other than invisible. We move to his bedroom. The voice in my head is screaming stop, 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 but my body isn't listening. I need this. I need someone to want me. Afterwards, reality crashes down like ice water. What have I done? I sit up, fumbling for my clothes. Hey, hey. Leo says, reaching for my hand, it's okay. We can figure this out. Figure what out? My voice is shaking. Leo, this can't, Emma, just breathe. We'll talk to Daniel together. No. I'm pulling on my jeans, my hands trembling so badly I can barely button them. This didn't happen. This can't have happened. Emma, I'm already at the door. I have to go. Wait, just. But I'm running down the stairs into my car, and I'm crying so hard I can't see. I pull over twice on the way home because my hands are shaking too badly to drive. When I get back to the apartment, Daniel is asleep on the couch, his laptop still open on his chest. I stand there looking at him, and the full weight of what I've done hits me. I've destroyed everything. 3 days. I carry the secret for 3 days, and it's killing me. I can't eat. I can't sleep. Every time Daniel looks at me, I feel like I'm going to throw up. You look terrible, Sophie says when we meet for lunch. What's going on? Sophie Kim is my best friend, the only person who knows how bad things have been with Daniel. I did something, I whisper, something really bad. How bad? The worst. She leans forward, concern written all over her face. Emma, you're scaring me. What happened? I slept with Leo. Sophie's eyes go wide. Leo, as in Daniel's brother Leo. Yes. Emma, what were you thinking? Daniel's brother, his brother. I wasn't thinking. I was lonely and miserable, and Leo was there, and he made me feel wanted, and my voice breaks. Oh God, Sophie, what did I do? She reaches across the table and grabs my hand. Okay. First, breathe. Second, you need to tell Daniel, right now, before Leo does. I can't. You have to. Men like Leo, they don't keep secrets. He'll tell Daniel himself if you don't, and then you lose any chance of controlling the narrative. There's no good way to tell him this. No, there's not, but you have to do it anyway. That night, I wait for Daniel to come home. When he walks in at 9, I'm sitting in the living room, my hands clasped so tight my knuckles are white. Daniel, we need to talk. He looks at me, annoyed. Now. He sits down, checking his phone. What is it? Put your phone down. Something in my voice makes him look up. Emma, what's wrong? I did something. My voice is barely a whisper. Something unforgivable. His face changes, confusion replacing annoyance. What are you talking about? Last Friday. I went to Leo's apartment, and we. Understanding dawns in his eyes, followed immediately by horror. No, he says. No, tell me you didn't. I'm so sorry. You slept with Leo. His voice rises. You slept with my brother. It was one time, it meant nothing. How many times? What? How many times? Once, just once. He laughs, bitter and harsh. Oh, well, that makes it so much better. Only fucked my brother once. Daniel, please. Why would you do this? I was lonely. You've been distant for months, and I felt invisible, and so this is my fault. He stands up, pacing. I worked too much, so you fucked my brother. Is that what you're saying? No, that's not. I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to explain. There's no explanation for this. His hands are shaking. My brother, Emma, my fucking brother. I know, and I'm so sorry. I hate myself for this. Did he pursue you? The question hangs in the air. I could lie. I could put all the blame on Leo. It just happened. I whisper. We were both. Get out. What? Get out of my apartment, right now. Daniel, please, can we just? But he's already pulling out his phone, dialing with shaking fingers. Leo, you fucking coward, answer your phone. He's screaming now. Yeah, Emma told me. Emma told me everything, you piece of shit. I'm crying, frozen in place. Mom needs to know about this. Daniel says into the phone. Everyone needs to know what kind of person she is. What kind of person you are. I grab a bag and start throwing clothes into it. Tears streaming down my face. 4 years, Daniel says, his voice breaking. 4 years, Emma, and this is how you. I'm sorry. I sob. I'm so sorry. Get out of my sight. I leave. And as I close the door behind me, I hear Daniel on the phone with his mother, his voice full of rage and betrayal. I've lost everything. 2 days at Sophie's place. 2 days of crying and not sleeping and wishing I could take it all back. Then my phone buzzes. We need to speak. Come to the house tomorrow at 2 p.m. Margaret Park. Don't go. Sophie says. They're just going to tear you apart. I have to. I owe them that much. The next day, I stand on the park's front porch, my hands shaking as I ring the doorbell. Margaret opens it. Her face is cold, expressionless. Come in. I walk into the living room and stop dead. Everyone is here, the entire Park family, assembled like a jury. Margaret sits in the center of the couch like a queen on a throne. Richard, Daniel's father, sits beside her looking exhausted. Chloe, Daniel's younger sister, is in the corner with tears streaming down her face. Aunt Linda perches on a chair, leaning forward like she doesn't want to miss a word. Daniel and Leo are on opposite sides of the room, not looking at each other. "Sit," Margaret says, pointing to a chair in the center of the room. I sit. I feel like I'm on trial. "Explain yourself," Margaret says, her voice is ice. "Mrs. Park, there's no excuse for what I did. I betrayed Daniel's trust. I betrayed your family's trust. I'm deeply sorry. Sorry." She repeats the word like it's meaningless. "You're sorry?" "Yes. We welcomed you into this family, Emma. We treated you like a daughter. We included you in holidays, celebrations, family moments, and you repay us by seducing Leo." "I didn't seduce." I glance at Leo, but he's staring at the floor like a coward. "It wasn't like that." "Then how was it?" Aunt Linda asks eagerly. "Did you plan this? Have you been having an affair?" "No, it happened once. One time. Once is enough," Margaret says coldly. "Once is enough to destroy this family's trust. Once is enough to ruin Daniel's life. Maybe Daniel wasn't being fair either." Chloe speaks up quietly. "He was ignoring her for months." "Chloe, enough," Margaret snaps. "This is not about Daniel's work schedule. This is about betrayal. This is about integrity." Richard finally speaks, and his disappointment hurts worse than Margaret's anger. "We expected better from you, Emma. We truly did." The family starts talking like I'm not there. Discussing whether Daniel should forgive me. Margaret says absolutely not. Discussing whether Leo is equally to blame. Margaret says I clearly took advantage of his kind nature. The irony makes me want to scream. Leo is young, Margaret says. He's artistic, emotional. Emma is older, more experienced. She knew better. I look at Leo again, begging him silently to say something, to tell them the truth, but he stays silent. "You're a predator," Aunt Linda says. "That's what you are." "That's not fair." Chloe protests weakly, but no one listens. Finally, Margaret delivers her verdict. "Emma Chen, you are no longer welcome in this family. You will not attend gatherings, holidays, or events. You will not contact any member of this family except through Daniel if absolutely necessary. If Daniel chooses to reconcile with you against my wishes, he will face consequences. Do you understand?" My throat is too tight to speak. I nod, say it out loud. "I understand," then leave. I stand on shaking legs and walk to the door. In the hallway, I pass Leo. "I'm sorry," he whispers, "but it's too late. It's all too late." I walk out of that house knowing I'll never walk back in. By Monday, everyone knows. Aunt Linda made sure of it. She told her friends, who told their friends, who told their friends. By the time I get to work, half my office has heard some version of the story. "Did you hear about Emma?" Someone whispers by the water cooler. They go quiet when they see me. At my desk, there's a printed article about infidelity. No note. Just the article. My Instagram explodes with messages from people I barely know. "Home. Wrecker. You're disgusting. How could you do that to Daniel?" Daniel's friends, our mutual friends, block me on every platform. The group chat I've been part of for 2 years goes silent. Then I'm removed. Sophie texts. "People are asking me to choose sides." I told them to fuck off. "But Emma, this is bad." At the grocery store, I see Daniel's cousin. She looks at me, turns around, and walks the other direction. My mother calls. "Emma, I heard from Mrs. Chen, who heard from her daughter. Is it true?" "Yes." The silence on the other end is devastating. "Mom, I raised you better than this, Emma. I raised you to be better than this." "I know. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. Do you understand what you've done, the shame you've brought?" She hangs up. I call in sick to work. 3 days in a row. On the 4th day, I force myself to go in. Jason Wu, a colleague I barely know, approaches me in the break room. "Hey, Emma." I tense, waiting for judgment. I just wanted to say, people make mistakes. This doesn't define you forever unless you let it. His unexpected kindness breaks something in me. I mumble thanks and run to the bathroom, where I cry for an hour. That night, Sophie comes over with wine and takeout. "How bad is it?" I ask. "Pretty bad," she admits. "But Emma, the people who really matter, they'll understand eventually." No one understands. I'm a villain now. I'm the girl who slept with her boyfriend's brother. That's all I'll ever be. Only if you believe that. But I do believe it. Because right now, it's true. 6 weeks after the scandal, Leo texts me, "Can we talk? I need to see you." "Don't you dare." Sophie says when I tell her, "That coward threw you under the bus. Maybe he wants to apologize. Emma, please. But I need to know. I need to understand why he stayed silent." We meet at a neutral coffee shop. Leo looks nervous, fidgeting with his cup. "Thanks for meeting me," he says. "What do you want, Leo?" "I wanted to check on you, see how you're doing." "How do you think I'm doing?" He winces. "Right, stupid question." He pauses. "I wanted to tell you something. Daniel's dating someone new, a girl from his office." The words sting, even though I have no right to be hurt. Good for him. Mom loves her. She keeps saying how refreshing she is. "Why are you telling me this?" Leo leans forward. "Because I've been thinking, we already paid the price for what happened. Everyone already hates us, so why not? Why not give us a real try?" I stare at him, unable to believe what I'm hearing. "What? I like you, Emma. I've always liked you. We already lost everything. Might as well get something out of it, right? Are you insane?" "I'm serious. We have good chemistry. We understand each other. Why not?" "Because you're the reason my life is destroyed." I'm not yelling, but my voice is hard. "Because you pursued me when I was vulnerable. Because you stayed silent when your mother called me a predator. Because you're not a good person, Leo. That's not fair. You didn't comfort me that night. You saw an opportunity and you took it. You wanted to win something your brother had. That's all I was to you. That's not. Stay away from me." I stand to leave. "You wanted it too, Emma." He calls after me. "Don't act like I forced you." I turn back. "You're right, I wanted it too, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But you don't regret anything. You just regret getting caught." I walk out, and for the first time in weeks, I feel something other than shame. I feel anger. 3 months posts. Scandal, I'm at my lowest. I've lost 15 pounds. My work reviews are slipping. When I look in the mirror, I don't recognize myself. Sophie shows up at my apartment with Jason in tow. "Intervention time," she announces, pushing past me. "I don't need an intervention." "Yes, you do. Sit." I sit. "You fucked up," Sophie says bluntly, massively. "But Emma, you're letting them destroy you completely, and that's on you now. They destroyed my reputation. I'm a pariah. Daniel gets to move on." Sophie continues. "He's got a new girlfriend, a sympathetic narrative, and his whole family's support. Leo gets to play the confused victim. Margaret gets to play moral authority. What do you get?" I don't answer. Jason speaks up. "I did something terrible 5 years ago. A Dewey. I hurt someone not badly, thank God, but I hurt them, lost friends, almost lost my career. Spent a year thinking I was the worst person alive." "What changed?" I ask quietly. "I accepted the consequences. I did the work: therapy, rehab, community service. But I also decided that one mistake, even a huge one, didn't have to be my entire story. Redemption isn't a moment. It's a practice." Sophie squeezes my hand. "You can't undo what happened." but you can decide who you become next. So who do you want to be? That night, I make a list. Start therapy journal every day, volunteer somewhere, block Daniel, Leo, and the parks on social media, stop waiting for forgiveness I'll never get the next week. I find a therapist. I start volunteering at a women's shelter. I begin writing down my thoughts instead of drowning in them. It's slow, it's painful, but for the first time in months, I feel like I'm moving forward instead of sinking. 5 months after everything fell apart, I'm at a bookstore, self-help section, ironically. I turn the corner and walk straight into Daniel. Emma, Daniel, hi. We stand there awkwardly, neither knowing what to say. How are you? He asks finally. I'm better, how are you? Fine, good, actually. He looks tired, older somehow. I heard you're seeing someone. I say. I hope you're happy. It's not serious. He pauses. I heard you're in therapy. Yeah, it's helping. We're both quiet. Then I say what I should have said months ago, without excuses. I betrayed you in the worst way possible. I was hurting, but that's not a justification. What I did was inexcusable, and I'm truly sorry. Daniel looks at me for a long moment. I was cheating on you too. My heart stops. What? Not physically, but emotionally. There was a coworker. We never slept together, but I was checked out of our relationship for months. I was planning to break up with you. The revelation hits me like a punch. Daniel, what you did with Leo destroyed me. He continues. Not because I still loved you the way I should have, but because it was my brother. It humiliated me in front of everyone. My pride couldn't take it. I understand. Are you with Leo now? God, no. I shake my head. He's not who I thought he was. Daniel almost smiles. Good. He's an asshole. We talk for a few more minutes. About his new girl. Friend, it really isn't serious. About my therapy, he seems genuinely glad. About his family, Margaret still hates me, but time has dulled the intensity. Before we part, Daniel says something I never expected. You're not a bad person, Emma. You did a bad thing. There's a difference. Thank you, I whisper. Take care of yourself. You too. We'll never be friends, but the hatred has burned out, and somehow that's enough. 1 year later, I'm sitting in a coffee shop. The same one where Leo first texted me, where everything started to go wrong. But I'm different now, harder, wiser, lonelier in some ways, but more authentic in others. I moved to a different neighborhood. Changed jobs, nothing dramatic, just a fresh start. Built a small circle of friends who know my story but don't define me by it. Last week, Daniel got engaged. His fiancée seems nice from her Instagram photos. Margaret sent me a formal message through Daniel. The family ban remains. I'm not invited to the wedding. I'll never be invited to anything. Chloe reached out privately. I wish things were different, she wrote. But I can't go against my mother. I get it. Some bridges burn completely, and that's just reality. Sophie and Jason are still my anchors. Sophie calls me out when I spiral into self-pity. Jason reminds me that redemption is daily work, not a destination. I've started dating again, casually, carefully. When people ask about my past, I'm honest without drowning in shame. I made a huge mistake once. I say, hurt people I cared about. I'm still working through it. Some people disappear after that. Others stay. The ones who stay are worth knowing. A guy across the coffee shop smiles at me. He's cute, dark hair, kind eyes. A year ago, I would have looked away immediately, feeling unworthy of attention. Now I smile back, cautiously but genuinely. I pull out my journal and write, I am not what I did. I am not what they say about me. I am what I'm choosing to become every single day. The past is still there. The guilt is still there. Margaret's judgment is still there, but I'm still here too, and I'm learning that maybe that's enough. The end.